once again. Let's try this one more again, shall we? Okay, here we go. Here we go. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this morning? I'm just coming in to say hi. I've been gone for a little bit. I haven't been as active. Just wanted to come on, get myself back a little bit active. This is probably the only video I do today. Not much to talk about today that I can talk about, well, like in a video. So we're just hanging out. Lambo Drew's in the building. I can always count on Lambo Drew to pop on in. What's going on, my brother? Lambo, how you feeling this morning, man? How's the weather in Colorado, my brother? Tune in to TJ, my brother. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Blessed Saturday to you. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put this out in the atmosphere right now. Next week and the weeks coming, I'm going to have some guests on the show. I've kind of been gone this week. Been a lot of active things going on outside the BOJ world. But I've got some people that we're gonna have on the show. We're definitely gonna have Tune In to TJ, my guy. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. We're definitely gonna have my guy Passive Income Croc come on. So make sure you subscribe to his channel. Guys, what's up, MET? BOJ, what's going on? What's happening? What's happening, MET? Thank you for joining us. Rebornx Automated Money Earning System. Hi, sir. Please tell about Novatech FX. There's not much to tell. There hasn't been much communication. So y'all already know when I get communication about Novatech that I feel is important, share, I'm going to do a video and it'll be a dedicated video on that. But as of right now, there's nothing to share, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, that's where we are right now. We got 14 people on watching right now. If all 14 of y'all could press that like button, I think that we'll have even more people come on and come say hi. You know, weather is beautiful. Love the hat and shirt, man. Oh, you already know. I probably should have ironed this shirt before I got on here, but you know, it matched color coordinated. So I was like, let's just do that. Let's just do that. Evan, I was struggling with getting that word out. Evan Emerson, shout out to you, my brother, and thanks for tuning in and always commenting. Hi, brother, appreciate you and all your help lately. Hey, I'm glad that I can help in the ways that I do help. It's a blessing to be able to do so. Jobert, I hope I'm saying that. Jobert Pierre. He's got the waving sign. I'm waving right back at you, Jobert Pierre. Evan says, been helpful getting enlightened by you and your extra help. I'm glad I can do it. Like I said, this space has been a blessing to me. I've learned a lot over these last 2 years in this space. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited about being able to share that with you guys along the way. You know, I do it in a very indirect way. You guys know I don't sit here and tell people what to do or how to do it or anything like that in particular. I just show you guys what I've decided to do and some of the things that are on my mind as it's going on and all that great stuff. So it brings me joy to be able to bring that to you guys. And hopefully it all makes sense. I've had a lot of people that know me from outside the YouTube world and they try to tune into my channel and I'm like, bro, everything you're talking about is over my head, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. And that's okay. This space is a very niched up space. And if you don't know about this space, you just don't know until you know. So it is what it is. People come around and they'll understand how we kind of do things as we go. That's why we say things over and over and over again. We understand there's a new person watching this channel with even less information than they had before. And they may not understand everything that we talk about on a day-to-day basis. So Serge says, hi, anything on Novatech? Like I said before, there has been no news on Novatech, as a matter of fact. And anything that I feel is important, I'm going to do a dedicated video on it. So can't say that there's anything Novatech to bring other than it's just sitting there. You know, there hasn't been much communication from leadership. And it's one of those things where you kind of hate to see something go, but when the writing's on the wall, the writing's just kind of on the wall. So we're not holding on to waiting for Novatech to do anything. We're moving forward. As you can tell, we've got many other different opportunities and platforms that are here that we could talk about, and some that we can't even talk about. So there's so much going on in this space. We're not just pigeonholed to Novatech, and I hope you guys aren't just pigeonholed to Novatech as well. Don't box yourself into one platform. Stay diversified, all right? It's very important. Smithology Project, what's up, Pop? Good morning. Thanks for your consistent efforts. Thank you. I'm actually trying to get more consistent. This week I've been enjoying some time with my family and friends, and had some music engagements to handle and go through, which were awesome and amazing. We did a good buddy of mine, a brother of mine, He had a pre-wedding concert celebration that was just so amazing. And it was good to see my family and friends there, including you, Dad. Always good to see you when you come on out. It's hard not to put a mic in your face and have you sing something, but you know I got to represent. JR says, good morning, BOJ. What's your number 1, 2, and 3 top platforms? Well, if you guys can read, well, I don't want to say read, but if you can catch the hint on my outfit today, you'll probably understand what my number 1 platform is. It's not a public thing that we can obviously talk about on the channel, but there is also a way to get that information if you haven't already. And it's just being a little bit inquisitive in the description below. There's a lot in the description below, so I understand if you're not know what I'm talking about. It previously was cryptoprogram.me. Cryptoprogram.me is no more. However, the ball keeps on rolling, if you understand what I'm saying. My number 2, probably if I could just shoot off the hip, and I'm not really being official number 2, but it's definitely got to be either VORTIC right now, or shoot, what would be a close number 2? Maybe a funds. Now funds, of course, some of you know and some of you may not know, is going through some things, but it is what it is, and we expect them to come back. And my number 3 is CLOUDFI. I actually am enjoying the experience in CLOUDFI. It's been one of those platforms that does an instant withdrawal, which is pretty amazing. It's been doing that for 3 months, and it's hard to put a platform in my top sometimes, but when it performs like it has been performing, it just is what it is. You know, we've had some platforms come and go and, you know, change the goalposts and all that different stuff, and we've just had to kind of bear through it and keep moving. So it is what it is. What's up, BOJ? Are you still in stable opinion? Yes, I am in stable opinion, still unexempt, but I have honestly not been doing my, I have not tested a withdrawal since they had withdrawal problems. I haven't done any of my surveys in a long time. And it seems to me that they've kind of moved to We Are Satoshi. Now, We Are Satoshi is something that I am still looking into. Of course, it is kind of tied to the stable opinion, the stable DAO system. So, you know, there is some growth already on my team, and we are all Satoshi, and I haven't really even made a deposit yet. My uplines have been filling me in and keeping me posted on some of the things that are going on. It just has not been my focus at this time due to some transitions and some other things that we've got going on, and just trying to help people go through that while staying in the platforms and talking about the platforms that are working the way that we'd like them to work here at BOJ. Now, everyone should have their own parameters on how you like platforms to work for you. That is very important. But for the things that I like, and getting to that next comment after unexempt, we'll talk about another platform that I really like. But everyone should have their own kind of parameters on what they like, what they want to experience, whether it's a weekly withdrawal, monthly withdrawal, daily withdrawal. You know, you got to decide that for yourself. Of course, in general, people are going to want to like daily withdrawals, right? I think everybody likes daily withdrawals. Before we get to this next comment, I want all 27 of y'all that are watching right now, click that like button. All right. It'll bring some more people in the building. Let some more folks know that we are live this morning. And we're just kind of talking about anything today. We're just letting it flow. I haven't been on doing a whole lot of videos this week. So I said, what better way than to kind of get back into the swing of things than to go live right on a Saturday morning? Why not? Right. And whoever tunes in, they just tune in. If nobody tunes in, hey, then I'll just be sitting here talking to myself. Right. So I'm glad you all have decided to join us. I want to get to this next comment. Caroline Gray says, let's talk about GS Partners. Well, ladies and gentlemen, GS Partners has been a platform that I have actually had a presence in, and a very, very, very minor presence, but I've had a presence in it since December of 2020. And that was a birthday gift from my father. It was a position in GS Partners. And at that time, I never really took it seriously. From what I'm learning right now, it wasn't at that time built for somebody like I have become, right? At that time, I was not on YouTube in this capacity. I was not doing videos on different platforms. As a matter of fact, I had not done a single platform seriously until, some of you know, I started, my first platform was Watermine. And I still had a foothold in GS Partners. It was still something that my father actually was interested in, and his network of people were interested in, and they've been in this whole time. So imagine what I could have done if I would have started with GS Partners, and we get to now. A lot of the top leaders have migrated to GS Partners because it's just been consistent. It's had its ups and downs like all platforms do, but it never left. It may have transitioned. It may have changed. It may have moved the goalpost, as we say. But at the end of the day, it's still here and it's still earning. And there's a lot of people earning in it way before I decided to take it serious. So it is something that I've been excited about. Of course, I do have a Telegram group for GS Partners where I share information that I'm getting from my upline. Well, the relationships that I have, I won't say that are my upline, but the relationships that I do have with people that take this platform very, very serious. As a matter of fact, there are people that are transitioning from Novatech. So a lot of you that have been asking about Novatech and you kind of stuck at Novatech and you're trying to look for maybe the next opportunity. Some of you are just waiting for Novatech to come back, and that's okay. You can wait, but that would be a choice that you make, because we have to move forward here, BOJ. We have to continue to keep the ball moving. We don't want to be stagnant and held up by a platform. And a lot of the people that felt like me, they're moving into GS Partners. So amongst other things, they're moving into a whole lot of things. They're diversifying. And I think that's the biggest thing that people that were so committed to Novatech, that's one of the biggest things that they learned in this Novatech experience, is that we have to stay diversified. If you got one thing that's working great, then it's working great for the time being. Make sure you're getting your withdrawals out. Make sure you're practicing your risk management strategies, whatever they are. All right. But at the end of the day, we need to be finding other things, because there are other things. All right. There are other things out here. We need to find other things to get involved with. So when one has a problem, we're not just leaning so hard. And people have been asking me, well, how do you deal with this Novatech issue so positively? It's like, well, I stayed diversified the whole time. And it's something that I always talked about here on the channel, because you guys always see me talk about platforms here, there, everywhere. Some of you don't even watch some of the platforms like ETF Pool. I get like 40 views on that. But that's one of my, I can definitely call it a top 10, because I don't even know if I have a top. I don't know if I have 10 platforms, but it's trying to get to my top 5 attention, and it's doing a lot of great things. So, I mean, things like Verse, things like VORTIC. There's so many things out here that are doing a great job. I heard VALIDUS even is processing payments in their system now. We've been in VALIDUS over a year. So I think even maybe getting close to 2 years at this point. It's pretty incredible. Let's jump back in the comment section, because y'all are going crazy in there. But I hope that kind of touched a little bit of GS Partners. I am in GS Partners. I'm enjoying my experience. My risk management strategy in GS Partners is really just taking whatever I'm earning in commissions and different things of that nature, my earnings. If I can go and top up some of my certificates, that's what I choose to do. A lot of opportunity in that system, and I'm going to be definitely taking advantage of it. Invicta_SCC says, good morning, Bo Jeezy. When's that new top 5 coming? I did promise that top 5 was going to come a minute ago, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to tell you guys honestly why I haven't dropped it yet. All right. Here's why. I'm going to tell you guys right now. Here's why I have not dropped my top 5. One, the space changes so often and so quickly sometimes that it's hard to even really put out a top 5, because it could change. Right. So you could put out a top 5 today, and one of the things, and there are 2 of the things or 3 of the things in your top 5 could be gone next week. So then you got people looking at your top 5 2 weeks from now, and they're like, oh, well, that's not even here. That's not even here. That's one of the first reasons why I haven't done it yet, right? The second reason is I wanted it to be exclusively on my podcast, all right? And quite honestly, I haven't put in the right work to get that podcast done. I started the process, but I haven't finished it. I haven't seen it through. So that's going to be a part of the things that I'm going to be doing as I kind of reclaim my time over the next couple months. We're definitely going to be bringing top 5 eventually. We're just waiting for some things to kind of calm down in the space. We're looking for things to continue to do what they do over just a small span of time. And to me, if a platform is just running 3 months or so, then it's cool. It's working well. But when it gets to that 6 month, 7 month, 8 month period, like VORTIC is doing, 9 months, where it's like you can kind of count on them. They're moving in the right direction in that kind of capacity. Then we're really talking about some stuff there. We're really talking about top 5 material. So we're working on it. We promise it will come out. I can't give a timetable now, because last time I gave a timetable, I didn't follow through. So I'm not going to give a timetable right now, but it will be coming, and it probably will be coming on a podcast type of scenario, because I want that to be something that goes on a podcast. I do want to start a podcast that's kind of separate from the YouTube channel. It is still on my to-do list. So I want that to be an exclusive for my podcast. I figured that would be a good first podcast, right? Y'all let me know if that would be a good first podcast to see top 5 BOJ platforms whenever I decide to drop it, right? Unexempt says, nice hat. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. I like the hat. I do like the hat. It's pretty snazzy. His story says, sup, bro? Good to see you on live. Hey, thank you for joining his story. Honestly, I'm glad to be on live and glad to interact and talk with you guys. Evan Emerson says, question, what are your most recommended platforms to use? All right, so we're going to see a lot of these questions, seems like, but I have my favorites, and I'll sum it up like this because I've already kind of talked about a few of my favorites. Whatever you guys see me doing videos on most consistently over the last, I don't know, 2-3 weeks, those are usually going to be the platforms that I like the most or doing the most, or at least have the most to talk about. So you can kind of tell also by the amount of capital that I decide to put in a platform. So if you're paying attention to the videos, if you're seeing, hey, oh, well, he put just 1,000 over here, so maybe that's not his favorite, or he's got like, I don't know, 50,000 or 20,000, 10,000 in this one. Maybe he really likes that one. So, I mean, everyone has to, kind of decide what they like, to be honest with you. You guys have to decide what it is that you want to see from a platform. The things that I like from a platform may not be the things that you like from a platform, but I understand that I am a person that does provide a little bit of insight. So I appreciate you guys asking. Serge says, any advice on Quopi? Just your opinion. Just my opinion is I'm not exactly in Quopi, so I can't really give my solid opinion other than knowing that I know a lot of people personally that are in Quopi and having a good experience. So I can't really give you any advice other than some of my colleagues in the space. They're having a good experience with Quopi right now. So if that's something that you're interested in, find somebody that has a link that you can join, and haven't decided. I mean, usually if I haven't decided by now if I'm going to get into something, I usually don't. But of course, if I do decide to get in, just look for a new platform video on Quopi. As of right now, I'm not too interested. I'm just kind of, I'm cool with the platforms that I have right now. I'm pretty well diversified publicly and privately. So I'm good right now. That's just me. And for those of you guys that are looking for more information, more opportunities, feel free to go on in YouTube and search Quopi and see who out there you mesh with well. There's a lot of people out there. I know my guy Anthony Deloach is in Quopi, and you can look up his channel. And shout out to Anthony Deloach. He just celebrated a birthday. Got to clap it up for my guy. Got to clap it up for my guy. I hope the applause can be heard. I'm going to just make sure it can be heard. It was his birthday, I believe, yesterday or a couple days ago. So I just want to do a quick shout out to my guy Anthony Deloach. Happy birthday, my brother. Let's see. MET says, are you also with VIDILOOK? I am with VIDILOOK, and I heard some news. I actually posted in my VIDILOOK Telegram channel. I know I haven't posted there in a minute, but I heard some news that they were having some kind of promotion. So I think that ended like 10 a.m. Eastern this morning. But the word is, and from my good brother, Dre's Crypto Journey, shout out to Dre's Crypto Journey as well. That is my good brother. He is actually still doing withdrawals from VIDILOOK, and apparently they are paying out pretty quickly. So, with VIDILOOK doing that, it's still a platform that's working. Lambo Drew says, bro, Quopi is on fire. Hey, that's what I've heard. I think maybe even you have dropped that nugget on me. So, Lambo Drew's another person that's in Quopi, y'all. If y'all want a Quopi link, go and holla at your boy Lambo Drew TMT. He's right there. I'm sure he'll oblige. I'm sure he has no problem doing that. But if you have someone that has introduced it to you and you are now interested in it, go and holler at that person that first introduced it to you, or whoever you feel like linking arms with. Some people, I think, get it messed up. I think in network marketing, we were always taught to go back to the person that invited you or told you about something. But there are some times where you want to just build relationships with people and you decide to join them because of who they are. And I understand that. I get that. I've done it myself. Sometimes I don't always join the first person that shares it to me. I share it with the person that I know I'm going to get the most value from if I join. And that's not exactly to mean that I can call them whenever I want or blow their phone up with a whole bunch of questions or email them 600 times about things that are already in the back office and information that I can find myself. Okay. I try to do a lot myself. I really do. I try to read the FAQ myself. I don't want to be that person that is annoying my upline about something. That's not the kind of downline I want to be. I want to learn as much as I can, believing, of course, that the opportunity is a good opportunity, and then we just move on from there, you know. And I of course have to know a little bit to bring some videos to you guys so it make a little bit of sense to those that know what's going on in this space. But I'm hearing more and more Quopy is fire. So long answer to a short question. VIDILOOK also I'm hearing good things about as well. I almost lost my place here in my y'all are going live. Y'all are going ham in the live. Before I read any more comments, I got 21 likes and I got 35 people watching now. If you have not liked this video yet, go ahead and click that like button. It doesn't hurt anything, and it also continues to bring more people in the room so we can have an even better conversation. Why not, right? Evan says, I'm only one who pushed like. Come on, y'all. That's right. Come on. Y'all press that like button. Press that like button. Y'all make sure y'all press it. We got 21. I'd like to see all 33 of y'all press that like button and share this with whoever you want to just come in and join the conversation. Chris Molnar, we getting a lot of Novatech questions today. Hey, BOJ, I missed a bit on Novatech. Any update on if they're still alive? Well, the website's still up, but we have received no communication at all. No earnings have been posted. We haven't heard anything. The announcements tab in the back office, of course, is not clickable. And we were told before they went kind of radio silent that whatever information that we were going to be hearing that was official was going to come straight to the back office. So as that comes, I'm sure it'll be a hot topic. Whoever sees it first, they're going to be like, oh my God, Novatech dropped something. We got to do this, do that, do this. So I'm not waiting on Novatech. I'm not holding out on hope for Novatech. Novatech was a great run while it was here. I had been in it for over 2 years, and it was a great run for a lot of people. It was a learning lesson for the rest. And I think that if we can handle it that way, then we can start to move forward in this space. And if it's something that you're kind of just hung up about, and I'm not just talking about you, Chris, I'm talking about anybody in general. If you're kind of just hung up on Novatech, then you might have to consider whether this space is for you, because these platforms can't have you hung up. You got to keep being able to press forward and move forward. Whatever happens with these platforms, that's what it's all about. Unlimited freedom, my guy. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to you, man. He says, shout out to you, Lambo. Shout out to you, bro. I commend you so much for everything that you're doing in this space. Everyone that is out here that is continuing to tell their journeys and tell their stories and share their opinions, I have the utmost respect for you guys. Because a lot of times we catch all the arrows from people that don't understand, don't want to understand, the fudders, the people that want to see the worst in this space. The Captain Save-A-Hoes, all the people that have something negative to say about what's going on in this space. We are the ones that catch the first arrows. We're the ones that catch the most scrutiny. And of course, on the flip side of that, we're usually the ones that have the most success, and people don't quite like that either. So shout out to you, Unlimited Freedom, and all the other YouTubers that are joining us today on this live. So glad to be in front of you guys today. His story says, do you use a percentage amount for your risk capital or a certain amount of capital? I think it varies. For me, every time it varies. It depends on what's going on in my other platforms. You know, if I got one platform that's really cranking really well, my strategy in other platforms change. I might put a little bit more in something. I might put a little less. I might withdraw everything that I can in a day. I might decide to run some back into the play. All of this really, you have to make a decision on. It's all based on what your situation is. And my situation is probably much different than you guys' situation. So I can't say that I use a certain percentage of any amount to do anything. It's just what I'm feeling for that day. That's kind of how I roll. I use my discernment to tell me, when I feel like I need to pull from something, when I'm even able to pull from something. Sometimes you're not able to pull for a little while. Sometimes you're not able to put in as much for a little while. It all depends on what you decide and what you want. Lambo Drew says, hey, Unlimited Freedom, you rock. Let him know, Lambo. Let him know he rocks, man, because he really does. His story says, I love Novatech, though, and I'm definitely not waiting. Have to keep it moving. That's right. You got it, my brother. You got it. Caroline Gray says, I'm totally enjoying GS Partners. The benefits are great. I couldn't agree with you more, and we're just getting off to a great start. Casper I always have a problem saying I'm gonna call you Casper. Solid hat, sir. Salute, wealth stewards. That's right, and we got to be good stewards of our wealth, right? So shout out to the hat. Melvin Carpenter says, what's going on with CMB? So as I know right now, it's not paying out. It hasn't been paying out. We kind of started seeing some red flags when they started doing the promos and they didn't pay out on the promos. That was the first few red flags that I saw. Of course, over time, they went from paying good to slow pay to now they've gotten to no pay. And to me, quite honestly, like I have shared on my channel, I actually did a video on this. So if you missed it, go back and check it out. I do believe that they won't be paying anymore. You know, the leaders that were involved, they claim to know just about as much as we do. And, you know, when that's being said, that means they pretty much shut off communication to even the people that they said they had these contracts with or agreements with and all that different stuff. You know, all of that stuff is kind of superficial in this space. No one knows when a platform is going to come and go. That's why I don't care to be on any, you know, like any special COO or CFO or marketing official on any of these platforms. I've been offered those things many times, and I'm just not interested in that kind of thing because, of course, one, when things go bad, they all gonna look at you just like they did with Jan and CMB. They're like, well, what happened, Jan? What's going on, Jan? I mean, the platform did what platforms do. They say they're going to be here, and CMB lasted for a good, 6-7 months. It did its thing, but it's just not paying out right now. And I can't tell you that and I feel that I am very optimistic about it paying out in the future. And here's why. When a platform goes this long without paying, you have to understand that the balances run up in your back office, right? So you just got these numbers that are back there, and they don't really mean much because you can't take them out. What would happen if they started paying out again is there'd be a bank run. It's like everyone would be pulling their money out. There's new opportunities that have come. There are people that have been sitting in CMB like, man, I wish I could have took my money out of that and put it into this. You don't think the first opportunity they get, they're going to take the money out and put it into something else? That's exactly what, that's what I would do. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't think CMB is coming back, though. Evan says, how about this? What platform have you had the most success with then? Of course, like I said, well, maybe you mean in general. And if you mean in general, it'd have to probably be either Novatech or a brand that is very, very close to this camera right now. So we'll just leave it at that. But it's been a great ride, and being diversified is what has allowed me the opportunity to even have the success in this space. And of course, sharing my journey. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've got enough, try not to say balls, but I said it anyway, so whatever. If you got enough balls to be in this space, ladies and gentlemen, you might as well start talking about it, right? And of course, you got to talk about it in the right way. But if you're willing to take the risk in this space, then I'm just like, you know, it's like telling somebody about your favorite casino. All right, they can decide whatever they want. You don't have to try to nudge them, pull them, tell them they have to do this. Ain't nobody holding no guns to nobody's head. These are just options of places to take some play money. But if you start talking about it, if you start sharing your journeys with the world, you never know what can happen, ladies and gentlemen. And I think I can speak for everyone that has decided to take that leap, that the sky's the limit once you decide that you're going to do that. So it is what it is. You take the good with the bad with that. Of course, you have to protect yourself, protect whatever brand that you start to create when you get into this space as a public figure. But at the end of the day, the rewards are rewarding. I hate to use the same word right next to each other, but I hope that makes sense. Is VORTIC trying to make his way to the USA? Is a good move. Now, what you mean by make its way to the USA, I do know that the CEO is going to be in Vegas next month. That I do know. It's a last minute kind of announcement that went out not too long ago, but he's going to be making his way to Vegas. As far as I know, with VORTIC moving to the US, I don't know if they're going to set up an office here, that kind of stuff. I don't know. But they are already international. They're being utilized all over the world. So, you know, that's my opinion. It's already in the US as far as I'm concerned. Any new updates on Novatech? Like I've said, no. Tiger Topaz, oh, nothing there. RLG Trading, my brother Ryan Lomax Glover. I hate to put your whole government name out there, but you did it first, brother. RLG Trading, my guy. Gotta clap it up for him. Let's go live together soon. You're gonna be another person that I have on live coming up soon, brother. I'm just getting into the swing of things. As y'all know, I've been kind of spending some time with my family and doing some traveling this week, which has been great. But now it's time to get back to it, right? And what better way to get really back to it than to do it live and let everybody know that you're alive, right? Live Lens Forever says, BOJ, are you going to private 25% cruise next April? I do not think that I'll be able to make it next April. And a cruise is very hard for me to do because it has me kind of away for a week, and I kind of have to be mobile. depending on what my schedule may be. I still am a contracted musician. I still have a lot of things going on outside of the space. I would love to be on that cruise, ladies and gentlemen. I'd be there. I'd get the nice cruise suite, you know, all that great stuff, and be out there with all my private folk. Private folk, that's weird. But those of you that know, you know. All right. So we'll leave it at that. But Lifelens, if you're gonna be there, man, have a few drinks for me. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy yourself. And everyone that is going on that trip, enjoy yourself. And if I can make it, then you'll see me and it'll be known. But hopefully the next event that's on land, I'll be able to pop up and meet some more of you guys like I did in Georgia last month. So that'll be cool. Living in Marietta, Georgia says, BOJ, you planning on going to the VORTIC Vegas event? I'm not exactly sure. I don't think that I'll be able to make it. My gig schedule is getting ready to get hectic again. It's still wedding season, so we're still in full swing. So not sure that I'll be able to make it to Vegas. They're also having an event in Turkey. Not sure I'll be able to make it to Turkey either. But anyone that is going, I hope you're having a great time. I hope you enjoy yourself. I hope you learn a lot. I hope you network with people, meet somebody that you didn't know before. And don't do anything I wouldn't do, right? Serge says, well, I'm also in Quopie and it's on fire indeed. We got another person that's a Quopie fan. I lost 32K on Mullen. That's an interesting name. Look into Nakamoto Games, please. Okay, well, if I get some more information on Nakamoto Games in my email, which is bankofgerald@protonmail.com, then I might take a look. And if I'm interested, then I'll share some information about it if I'm interested, all right? If I'm not, then you probably won't hear me talk about it. Smithology Project says, any words to share on FinTocH? I will be 100% honest with all of you. A lot of the FinTocH stuff has been so over my head, it's been hard to even share things in my Telegram group about it. It is just really, really difficult because of all the different moving pieces, and because I'm not exactly a crypto and blockchain expert. There's some of the things that are going on right now that a lot of people are seeing as positive, and a lot of people are just seeing it as moving the needle. It's moving the goalpost. It's making a 40-yarder a 70-yarder or a 100-yarder. And I've never seen a 100-yard kick made. So that kind of stuff, it gets a little bit tough. But when it comes down to pioneering blockchain technology, because I don't know that much about it, and because I'm leaning on those that do, kind of like Blockchain Kojo, he is still continuing. Shout out to Blockchain Kojo and Sassy for continuing to bring information on this on their channels. If you haven't seen Blockchain Kojo's YouTube channel, go to my Telegram on FinTocH, which is in the description below. Some of the videos that I have shared in that Telegram group will take you to his channel where he's doing a lot of updating for people. Also, Blessed One is another one that's doing a lot of updating for people in the FinTocH technology community. I'm just hoping that it becomes something that we can kind of tangibly understand. It's been kind of tough to understand it for me. Some of you may be having a better time understanding it, but for me, it's been a little bit difficult. So, but I also have not honestly been giving it the time to understand it. I've kind of really been focusing on the things that are working. So that's all I can kind of share on FinTocH. I will see if there's any more information that I can continue to drop in the Telegram group. I know that Sassy and Kojo have access to my Telegram group, so I'll touch back base with them and see if they can drop some information for you guys, whatever I seem to be missing in there. And you know, that's one of the great things about having some people you can lean on when you're not as focused on that one opportunity. So I know that was a long-winded answer for that, but I hope that helps, Pops. Tiger Tobez says, what to do, Mr. BOJ? Thanks so much for the channel and the positivity. Of course, it's my pleasure to do that. Taking the lessons that I've learned and sharing it with you guys have not only changed my life, but hopefully it has changed you guys. We got Melvin Smith in the building, and I hope that's the Melvin Smith that I know as my uncle. Shout out to Coach Melvin Smith. Me striving with your real. Hold on. You might have to write that again. Me striving with your real. Keep. I think that might be keep it real. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I thank you so much for watching and supporting and always staying tuned in. It's always a blessing when my family starts to get involved. And I understand that it started with my dad. I have to be so honest about that. It started with him. He was the bridge for all of us. So all of you right now, you ought to go and follow the Smithology Project right now. Just go and click on the page, and it doesn't have much to do with crypto on that channel, but just understand he was the bridge for me, and because he was the bridge for me, I have turned into a bridge for a lot of you. So it's been a very exciting thing. Before we get back into the comments, we've got 29 likes and we got 35 people watching. We need to get 35 likes. So please go ahead and hit that like button. That lets more people know that we are active. We've been on here for about 30 minutes. We haven't been on that long, but we're just talking and having a good time. You know, a lot of you just keep shooting your questions. The live chat section is popping. Y'all keep it popping for me so we can continue to have stuff to talk about. Don't know exactly how long I'll be on, but we're having some fun. So let's keep on going. His story says, so you don't keep certain amounts in your queue for investment. You just kind of wing it. Yeah, sometimes I just kind of wing it. Now, for platforms that are hypes, you know, I'm saying like casino plays, you know, I have a buffer. I probably won't put in more than like 2 or 3K. Try to keep it under that. I've put 5 at the most in a hype. And like a hype I know, like a 5% a day or 10%, it's something crazy like that. For the rest, I put in what I decide at that time, and I do what I can to make sure I make my money back, right? That's a risk management strategy. You always want to make your money back, okay? The best that you can, and that comes from withdrawing. So his story, yes, sometimes I just kind of wing it. But the reason why I say it like this is because everyone needs to be, and I'll say this over and over again, so hope you're not annoyed by this, but I will continue to say this. Everyone has to do what's best for them, all right? You can ask me what I'm doing, and I can tell you I put $100,000. People don't even believe I had a $200,000+ account with Novatech. So what good does it do you for me to tell you I put 200K in Novatech? If you can't do it, that doesn't give you much of a buffer. Now I may be able to give you a percentage, but then I'm letting people know how much money I got, and I'm not interested in doing all that either. This is just being honest. I just put in whatever I feel comfortable at that time, and I roll with it. The biggest thing that I can say is whatever I decide, I stick to it until I feel better about things. And then I decide maybe I'll put in a little bit more, but that's just how I roll. So hope that kind of answers your questions there. Pierre says, Joe Barry Pierre says, how much do you know about the Blue Ocean Society? I have been in BOS for almost a year now. This new migration to the dashboard is quite complicated, but I have some people that are going to be able to help me with that. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Blue. He's always an amazing, amazing help. For those of you that know him, you know he's one of the most consistent people. He's always keeping people updated. He's always reaching out. Even if I don't reach out to him, he reaches out to me, and he lets me know on many different ways, whether it's my phone, whether it's Telegram, no matter what it is, he's keeping people posted. So as far as BOS, I've been in it since last September, I believe, and I've just let it sit. You know, of course, it's not something that we can really talk about too much here on the channel because it's a private opportunity, but it is one that I know that is still working, and there's a lot of people that I look up to in the space that are very, very excited about BOS and what it's doing and what it has already done. Rockstar Roham says, Gerald, when are you coming to India? I have no clue when I'm coming to India. That is a bit of a stretch for me. But I'm excited about the prospects of doing that. I'm excited about the prospects of traveling all over the world. Some people understand that you don't get to this place to stay in this place, if that makes sense. You know, Ice Cube said, you don't make all this money to stay in front of everybody. You make money so that you can go and take your family and go disappear somewhere and live the life that you want to live. Traveling is definitely one of the things that I have on my docket. Traveling to India, a good buddy of mine and one of my musician colleague friends was actually just in India last week, and he was there for a week for a wedding, and he said he had an amazing experience. But one thing he did say was to give yourself time once you get back to the States to let your body kind of recalibrate to what you just put in your body out there in India. And I don't know that I you know what I'm saying, I've heard the food in India is amazing. It is well seasoned, but I don't want them problems on the throne, if you understand what I'm saying. So, but at any rate, I'd love to come to India one day. And Rockstar Roham, thank you for all the work that you have done. You know what I'm talking about. BG27 says, where's Novatech? I need to get my money out. All right, here's a teaching moment. Okay, whatever you decide to put in any of these platforms, make sure you're willing to lose it. All right. Because when platforms have issues and when they go away and different stuff like that, you have to be comfortable with it, because there's a lot of times there's nothing that you can do about it. So for the 7th time today about Novatech, there has not been any news. And of course, when I bring some news about it, it's something that I've heard from a decent source that I feel like it's worth sharing. And until then, there's no news. So, you know, I've got a good amount in Novatech, and I see you've asked, will someone answer my question? The answer to that question is you may not get your money back from Novatech. So the sooner that you accept that, I think the better off that you will be, BG27. All right. His story says, would you agree or disagree that when a platform reaches a certain level, they might consider stopping entry of more investors as a risk strategy and allow expansion carefully? Yes, I do believe that there's a lot of platforms that consider that all the time. I think the part of it that they have an issue with is stunting their own growth. Also, I've seen platforms get a little bit too big for what they can handle. So sometimes it's best to go private. Sometimes it's better. But what happens, and we've seen this with some platforms recently, when a platform goes private or it has to go radio silent, the transition from public to private is not always easy. There's a lot of people that just don't pay attention. There's a lot of people that don't get into the Telegram groups and inform themselves. They think everything is set it and forget it, and it's not. You have to stay diligent and vigilant in this space. You have to pay attention to the news. You have to know what's going on. So when a platform goes public to private and people are still talking about the old stuff and they're not migrated to the new stuff, that creates an issue with the new stuff. And that, it's a give and take. So some platforms are willing to just stay public and deal with whatever comes with that until they're ready to close its doors. Some will go private so that they can sustain a platform, but then the private issues will then become public issues because people are going to talk about it, regardless of whether you tell them it's private or not. They're willing to get booted from a platform to talk about some of the stuff that's out there. So it is what it is. But I would agree that that when a platform reaches a certain level, they might consider that. I would agree that they might consider that. I would. Serge says, really appreciate your work, and you cannot imagine how much you've contributed to my knowledge in the industry. Keep it up. Hey, man, that makes me smile. Honestly, it really does, because I've had to learn the hard way through a lot of these different platforms, and I've had to learn the hard way in front of a lot of you. So I appreciate all of you guys continuing to leave positive comments when you do, and it really keeps me motivated. We already touched on BG27. He said, will someone answer my question? Hopefully we've already answered it. BOJ, can we hear you sing something? Hey, bro, no. Maybe one day. Maybe y'all go check out my Instagram or something. Y'all can go see me to sing there. But nah, I probably won't sing on the channel. What you can do is you can check out my Instagram. I'm on Facebook, so you can check me out singing there. You can pull up at a show, buy a ticket, all that great stuff. You guys can go and support New Vision. They've got some music out, and that's New Vision with a Z. You can go support them on Apple Music. You can go check us out there. Plenty of avenues to hear me sing, but probably won't be here on this live. And the second reason is because we've just been singing all week, and I'm resting my voice today while I can. It's going to be a very, 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 very busy next 4 days. Some of you might check it out on my Instagram. If you have not found me on Instagram, it is BANKOFJHAROL, just like it's spelled, no spaces in between the words. You can find me there. I'm not hard to find like Dion, right? Invicta says, shout out to Papa BOJ. That's right. Shout out to Papa BOJ. We're going to clap it up for Pops one more time. One more again, we're going to clap it up for Pops. His story says, I hit my like button automatically, and I thank you for that spirit. I wish more people hit that like button automatically, but we do have more likes than we have people watching right now, so that's pretty cool. I like that. I don't mind that there's only 30 people watching. It's cool with me. All 30 of you, shout out to you guys. Evan says, do you only share new platforms or when you do a video with some older ones like QuinTrade? I don't know what QuinTrade is. QuinTrade has never been on my channel, but I only talk about things that I'm in. So that's my stipulation. If I'm in it, I'll talk about it unless they have said, hey, we're private. You can be in it, but you can't talk about it. And that's cool, right? For platforms that I'm not in, you probably won't see me talk about it, all right? Unless it's trying to tie itself to something that I am in, And then, then we'll kind of make sure that the differences are clear so that people don't get messed up out here in the space. But QuinTrade, never heard of QuinTrade, so can't give you any information on that one. RLG Trader says, smash that like button. You heard it first from the G Trader. Smash that like button. It ain't gonna hurt. It's only gonna help. It's gonna let people know we in here. Rockstar Roham says, you're welcome. Hey man, much appreciated to you, bro. And I'm glad to be working with you. Anthony Webb says, what's up, BOJ? Shout out from the ATL. Thanks for everything you are doing, and big up. Shout out to you, Anthony Webb, and thank you for joining. I love the ATL. Listen, I got family in Atlanta. We had a great time at the event in Atlanta, the meetup. It was an awesome time. I wish I got to spend more time, but I had other business in Georgia, so I had to tend to both. But I'm so glad to meet the people that I did meet, and the next time that I'm in Atlanta, hopefully I can meet some more of you guys. Lambo Drew says, what shirt size is that you wear, man? That's a nice shirt. Hey, man, I wish I could give a plug real quick. $1 Million Motive, right? I wear X large. For all of you guys that met me in Atlanta, and this is funny, because Lambo, you said the same thing, and so did Larry. It was like, man, you are much bigger than you look on camera. I thought that was so funny, y'all. I really thought that was so funny. And there was a lot of people that came up to me and mentioned to me, it's like, hey man, you're a lot taller. You look like you played football or something. It's hard to tell how big I am right here on camera, so I definitely understand. But let's see. Let's keep it going. That is my t-shirt size, Lambo, extra large and in charge. You understand me? BG27, you were defending Novatech for months. Some people out there only got in Novatech because they trusted you and what you said. You don't feel bad about roping people into a failed platform like Novatech. Well, first of all, if anybody listens to me, then they understand, right? I'm not telling anybody what to do. Because I advocate for a platform, that is because I have chosen to, in my own opinion, like it. And one thing that I always say in this space is we have to be accountable for our own decisions. So at the end of the day, I didn't rope anyone into anything. What I did was share my own experience in that platform. And based on my experiences on that platform, other people decided to. What I also shared in those same videos is that any one of these platforms can be here today and gone tomorrow. So whatever you decide to do, you have to take that into consideration. So BG27, if you're having a hard time kind of accepting that reality of this space may not be for you. But the type of promotion that I do on platforms is not one that is saying, oh, everyone should just come join this. You should do this. You should do this. No, that's not how I get down. What I say is, this is what I do. All right. This is what I'm involved in. This is the capacity that I'm involved. And if you make that decision for yourself to be involved, then that's on you. All right. I'm not begging nobody to join, nothing. If I put up a platform as a new platform, of course, people are going to do it because they know me as a trusted source of some of these platform plays. And we've had some success together with them following my journey. But at the end of the day, I'm not making anybody do anything. The only reason I have 21,000 subscribers right now is because I don't run when things get hard. And Novatech got hard, and I didn't run. So that's why people are continuing to watch me. All right. It's not because I roped them into anything. It's not because I'm telling anybody that this is the best platform since sliced bread, or you're going to make all your money back. I literally tell everyone this is probably one of the most riskiest spaces you can be in investing, period. Point blank. So, like I said, for those of you like BG27 that may have that same question of whether I feel bad that some people had experienced loss, but it's all about how you take it. I experienced loss in my first platform and my second platform and my third and my fourth. It happens. So if that's not something that you can kind of deal with, then you have to make the decision for yourself whether this is the space for you. And nobody's going to feel bad whether you win or lose. Nobody's going to feel bad. All right. So that's just the way this is. And if you don't understand that, then it's okay. Fine. But for you to have a clear mind about this space, you might want to start moving in the direction of starting to understand that as well. Of course, we always try to find platforms out here that are doing well. As a matter of fact, Novatech was around for 4 years. How many platforms can you tell me, BG27, that have been around for 4 years? So with that being said, when a platform is doing something unprecedented and people sat on their hands and didn't decide to join, and then they wait until, and listen, some people do this. Some people literally wait till there are problems so that they can join and then be able to tell people that they lost. I had to learn that. It's really crooked. It's really messed up in the head. But people will find platforms that are having issues and join them while they're having issues, knowing they're having issues, just so that they can put out later that they were having issues and that everyone should, and something negative. They'll put out something negative. I can't even tell you what they say because I don't pay attention to those kind of people. I don't. All right. So anyway, moving forward, Colin Rogers says, what's your favorite platform at the moment, BOJ? I'll let that say it all. Niche Media says Bonanza Global. Look, here's my honest opinion on Bonanza Global. Here's what I pretty much have come to the conclusion of. Bonanza Global was tied to another platform that a lot of people were involved in called TD, or Traders Domain. And in Traders Domain, they have ceased payments for a little while. I know I have not received a payment in that since October. I haven't received my first payment in it, actually. But my first withdrawal that I processed in October, I have not received it, and it is July 22nd, 2023. So it is what it is. We're waiting patiently, but as it ties to Bonanza Global, I do believe that Bonanza Global's capital was probably tied to that, and they won't probably be able to make payments out on anything Bonanza Global until TD pays out. That's my honest opinion, and I'll leave it to that. Let's see. I can't find you on Facebook. What's the name if you're public? I don't really do Instagram yet. Well, if you just type in my first name, which is JHAROL, and my last name is Smith, and Smith is pretty easy to spell. So if you type that in, you'll be able to find me. I'm not private on Facebook. I am a public person on Facebook. What's my take on ATG? I'm kind of disappointed in ATG. They keep moving the goalpost, and I tried to make my withdrawal. I've got over 70K in ATG. It's one of those platforms that, I was invited in. I thought it was going to be cool. I let it compound and do all that stuff. Didn't do a whole lot of withdrawals other than from the active side of withdrawing, which I was receiving. But then they started moving the goalposts, and I stopped paying attention to it because it wasn't, in all honesty, it wasn't serving me. It wasn't paying out. It wasn't paying anybody that I knew. Everyone that had something to say to me about it was not having a good experience, or they were just trying to stay optimistic. And at that point, I just I chalk it up to, hey, whatever it does, if I'm able to withdraw later, I'll withdraw. But I can't continue to focus on stuff that is not working. I just can't do it. Let me answer a text message real quick. I also want to say I thank you guys for tuning in with me today. Didn't know exactly what I'd be doing, what I'd be talking about, but I knew I wanted to be in the building with you guys. So I appreciate you all. All right, let's get back to this comment session. We got a lot of comments in here today, y'all. Sorry for the delay. Good to know, and thanks for sharing, BOJ. Turns out I've been chatting on WhatsApp with someone who I thought was you. Listen, I say on every single video, watch out for the WhatsApp, man. I don't even like WhatsApp that much. Quite honestly, I like Telegram better. I prefer Telegram. Everything that goes on WhatsApp is just weird to me. It just hasn't computed for me. I have a hard time even clicking open the app. I tell my friends that have WhatsApp, like, bro, just text me. Like, I'd rather you just text me or use Telegram. Like, I'm starting not to even like Telegram. It's just getting too much. There's too many people out there. They're trying to impersonate me. So I literally say in every single video, watch out for the WhatsApp man. In the comment section, they're going to let you think that I have a WhatsApp, and I do have a WhatsApp, all right, but it's tied to my phone number. So the best way to reach out to me is in my email. I might get back to you, might not, depends on what you say to me. I have a Telegram at BANKOFJHAROL, just have it spelled straight through. So I'm hoping that people are not getting scammed by these people, because most of the time it's not me you're talking to. All right. So Demax says, do you think Novatech is going to give back funds? I don't know. I can't speculate. I used to say this and all that, and my expectation was that they were, because of how they handled Canada, right? From all indications, people in Canada that I talked to, most of them got paid out what they had to get paid out. As far as this is concerned, I assumed that it would be handled the same way for the United States as they made their call on the United States, but we have not seen that. So it is what it is. We don't really know. So that's all I can really say about that right now. His story says, I'm responsible for my own decisions. It can happen with fiat as well. That's right. Any investment. You can lose your money in any investment, ladies and gentlemen. It's very possible. We got 40 people watching right now. We got 32 likes. I would love to see y'all hit that like button so we can get 40 likes in this live right now, y'all. Lambo Drew says, would you, I skipped through it. Hold on, let me go back. Would you ever think about doing phone calls to the community, like a calendar, maybe 15 to 30-minute calls? I've considered it, but most y'all, I don't know. I'd definitely have to charge, because what happens with that is foolishness. A lot of foolishness happens. People just wasting your time. And I don't have the time right now to have it being wasted. You know, it's hard enough to get me on the phone, and I don't have a calendar, let alone a scheduled 15 to 30-minute call with someone. I've thought about it, definitely, because of course it is another stream of income, and if I'm going to have my time wasted, at least get paid for it, right? But of course, on the flip side, just being more positive, right? I know there's a lot of people that may find value in having a conversation with me and picking my brain. And that's why I try to do it here on live for free. You know what I'm saying? For the little bit of time that I give you guys here on live, you can punch your questions in the comment section, and we can kind of go through it together, as long as I feel like being on here. And I don't have to charge anybody for this. You can check it out for free. But I've considered it, Lambo. I really have. And we'll talk about that more. But you know how I am about my time, man. I don't like my time wasted. And people calling me, if someone set up a phone call with me and they actually got on, but then they just started getting on and talking foolishness, I ain't really with all that. I'm really not. So that just is what it is. I'm very tight on time as it begins with, as it starts. I'm tight on time. And to do that, I would really, really have to be better about that. So let's see. Good Truth Media. Shout out to Truth Media, by the way, always tuning in. Good afternoon, BOJ. How many projects do you typically be in at a time? If I had to say an average, I'd say maybe like 7 to 8. Sometimes I've had as high as like 12 or 13. And that's only because some of them are private. Some of them, the bandwidth is a lot easier because they do airdrops and different things like that. So I don't have to go in and manually do withdrawals and stuff like that. So I'm in a good amount, and a lot of people can't hang with that. Some people should just do maybe 3 or 4 or 5. 3 to 5 should be decent for the regular person. All right. As far as I'm concerned, I'm in a whole lot because my bandwidth is a little bit different, but it is what it is. Niche Media says Pegasus, Polymer, Bonanza Global, and CMB. Yeah, all those platforms are platforms that have come and gone. You know, it happens in the space, and there are many more, and there will be more. All right. So don't let it shock you if we do another video and it says something else has gone down. We don't know when it's going to happen, but we pretty much know it's going to happen. So we have to play the game right. We have to understand what the risks are. All right. His story says, okay, gotcha. Hope I answered the question for you. Invicta_SCC says, amazing how people only hear what they want to hear. In every single video, you warn people that this is a very risky space, or that this is a risky space, and you should only join with risk capital. Exactly. But you're right. People only hear what they want to hear. And then, of course, on the flip side, they're going to blame who they want to blame. And it is what it is. You know, it just comes with the space. It's no skin off my back at all. People just got to understand, and they'll come to their understanding when they come to it. It's not my job to worry about when people come to that understanding. So hopefully none of you guys are taking that on either. Niche Media says, I hate FINTOCH. 700 in cash vouchers I cannot withdraw. Has anyone been able to withdraw anything? I know I have not been able to withdraw anything. I have not really tried. I have not tried to add liquidity or anything like that. That's just not, I'm not interested. As much capital as I put in, I had 70,000 plus worth of cash vouchers that I cashed in. So from that point on, I was like, nah, I'm not depositing a dime into FINTOCH. And whatever they can do with the cash vouchers, whatever that needs to be done, they better just do it from that. I'm not putting in extra money to add extra liquidity. That's not how I get down. Especially when the platform just kind of moved the goalposts like that. I'm hoping for the best. I hope it gets back to a place where it's something that we can start to receive withdrawals from. But I will not be, BOJ will not be adding any more money in the FinTOCH for the foreseeable future. That's just how I feel. And you heard it here first, right? Whatever. BG27 says, I did hear that, but him and all others say that to cover their butt while they push scams. Every one of these failed programs are scams, every one of them. Well, if that's your take, then you don't have to watch. You don't have to be involved. You don't have to deposit anything. You can just be free and do what you want to do. What we do to cover our butts, or whatever your opinion is on that, the flip side of that opinion is it saves a lot of people from thinking in a very naive way. You could very naively think or ignorantly think that I'm a financial advisor, that I'm giving you financial advice, and that I'm your financial advisor, when I'm not. I'm very far from that. I'm literally just a dude on YouTube showing you guys how I'm cranking out that crypto in many different platforms, nothing more and nothing less than that. And if you like this kind of content, then hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be updated and notified about everything else going on here at BOJ, then you hit the notification bell as well. And then you stay away from the WhatsApp man or anybody that's trying to fish information from you in the comment section, because that's a wild, wild west, all right? There are going to be failed platforms. There are going to be platforms that are failed for some, that were successes for others based on timing or what they decided to do actively. But if you think, BG27, that I feel bad about covering my butt or whatever you decide to say, I don't. So hate to steal your joy on that one, brother, or hate to add to your pain. But that's not how we get down here at BOJ. And it's very clear as because people know, all right? Niche Media says Telegram has too many highs and hellos. That's right. Too many highs and hellos. People just reaching out and trying to fish for you information and all that stuff. I don't do all that. You know what I'm saying? I stay in the groups that are providing me information. I try to pay attention to those groups that I know are real, where there are real people in them. And it is what it is. Rob L says, what's your email? My email is bankofjharol@protonmail.com. It is in the description of my videos, along with my Instagram, where you can follow me on Instagram. I also have a Twitch. Have not been on Twitch very often, but I probably should, because I play games with my homies every night. You know what I'm saying? We be on. So anyway, y'all know how I get down. Shout out to Unlimited Freedom. We're going to clap it up because my brother sent me a super chat, and I never take those lightly. So thank you, my brother, for doing that. Unlimited Freedom says President's Club in VORTIC. You already know, bro. Also, everyone loses trades. Same thing with platforms. You just have to win one more than you lose. You get up one more time than you get knocked down. And I gotta applaud that one more time. Couldn't be more true than that. You gotta get back up. And if you decide to stay down, then that's just a learning lesson about staying down and how that feels. All right. And staying down when you get knocked down has never felt good for me. As a matter of fact, when I was playing football, I remember any of the times that I got crackback blocked, or I got blindsided by a block, or I got pulled off my feet or anything like that. I did my darndest to pop back up as quickly as possible. When I was at the bottom of a dog pile, I got up way too fast. I remember we was in a scrimmage one time, and I was at the bottom of a dog pile after making a tackle, and the ball got free, right? And I'm down there, and I just pop up, and I'm looking for the ball. And the referee told me, don't pop up so quick. Like, I guess I almost hit him on the way up or whatever. But he said, don't pop up so fast. I'm like, it's just a trait that you got to have in this space. You got to be able to get up after you get knocked down. So it is what it is. Keaton Duncan, shout out to you, Keaton. Clap it up for you real quick. What's your honest opinion on FinTOCH and its future? Like I said, it's a little over my head right now. I have a lot of capital invested in the FinTOCH, and I have not been as committed to learning everything about FinTOCH because a lot of the blockchain technology stuff is over my head. We try to keep things very simple on this channel. And then we delegate to those that really kind of know what's going on. And Blockchain Kojo and Sassy, they've been diligent in getting information out on the new stuff that's coming or that's here. And like I said, it's way over my head. And I'm sure a lot of you feel like that as well. So much, like Rob L says in the next comments, too many moving parts for me. That's just me. It's over the bandwidth that I can take for just one platform. I can't handle it. JR says, just curious if you have any opinion on C12. As far as I thought C12 stopped paying. I was never in C12. It was not something that I was very interested in. I knew it was a hype from the jump. It worked for a good amount of time. It made people some money back and plus some more. But at the end of the day, I just chose not to get in it. So of course you guys know how I roll. If I'm not in it, I don't talk that much about it. I don't have that much of an opinion on it, other than I had decided that I was not going to get involved. Evan Emerson says, it's crypto. Yeah, fortunately I haven't. And I didn't trust it since you said the same thing each time. Exactly. So I'm glad you didn't trust it. My guy, Passive Income Croc, what's up, my brother? Listen, shout out to you, man. And I've already told people, and I said it in the beginning of the live. These next coming weeks, I'm going to be having people on. You are definitely on my docket, brother. Please believe I haven't forgot about you. Haven't forgot about tuning to TJ. Got to get Lambo Drew back on here. I got to get my guy Unlimited Freedom back on here. I want to get all my YouTube friend in. I want to get Anthony DeLoach on here. I want to get my guy Jackson on here. There's a lot of people that I want to sit down, and I kind of feel like you, Passive Income Croc. You want to, start getting in front of other communities and start sharing other people that are having success in our community, whether it be through trades, whether it be through these passive income crypto plays, whether it be through Forex, whatever it is, so and bro, this just pops up while I'm giving you some props, man. Shout out to you for the super chat. Hey man, I appreciate all the good words. Listen, I'm just here trying to maintain, brother. So I appreciate your super chat. And I look forward to having you on the show. Listen, if you guys have not followed Passive Income Croc, first of all, this is my Mississippi kinfolk. All right. Now, my folks come from Mississippi, so I claim Mississippi, right? And some of you guys know that, some of you don't. I claim two places in the South other than the DMV. That's Columbus, Georgia, which is a very hard place to claim, but I claim it anyway because that's where my mama's from. And I claim Mississippi, and more specifically, McGee, Mississippi, in Simpson County. And shout out to all my family that is down there right now, all over the United States, all over the southern part of the United States. I love you all. Thank you for continuing to keep me uplifted. Understand that I do all this for y'all. And back on topic, my guy Croc, we share that Mississippi connection. So shout out to you, bro. And can't wait to have you on the show. You even got me saying bro like you, bro. My guy King Dunn says, needing a new top 5 video soon, a ton of new platforms. Yes. And like I mentioned earlier, someone asked me when I'm going to be dropping a new top 5. One of the reasons why I haven't dropped a new top 5 is because there's so many moving pieces going on, and there's so many different platforms that do have to earn their place in the top 5. I'm not willing to just give a platform that's been around for 3-4 months a place in my top 5, just all willy-nilly. They're going to have to do some things. One of the platforms that I know that has done some things that may earn its way in my top 5 is definitely CLOUDFI. But I couldn't have it as my number 1. And then, of course, some of the platforms that I'm in that I would claim as my my number 1 platform, I can't necessarily talk about it in the public forum. So the reason I haven't done it is also because I want to bring a podcast. Now, coupled with that, I have not set up my podcast the way that I would like to just yet. I'm working on it, just putting in the pieces that are going to make sure that I can be consistent when I do it. I don't want to just drop one podcast and say, oh, this is my top 5, my first podcast, and then not do another podcast for a while. That's not how I want to handle this, not how I want to carry this. So I appreciate that everyone's waiting on the top 5. And when I feel like it's appropriate for bringing that top 5 in whatever capacity I do it, I will definitely let y'all know. Passive Income Croc says, I can't wait, bro. We family for life. You already know, bro. I can't wait till we can break bread. And, it's going to be a blast, man. I've got so many of you guys that I want to meet. So it's just been an amazing journey being able to network in this space and meet some just quality people. It's been a blessing. I can't take it for granted. I can't take it lightly. I mean, like, people like Lambo have literally changed my life. Like, if y'all don't, oh man, I can't even get into it right now, but Lambo, bro, Croc, Jackson, DeLoach, my guy Todd, tuning to TJ, G Trader, and G Trader. Me and G Trader have known each other for a minute in this space. You guys have changed my life, ladies and gentlemen. I have to say. So I'm glad that I came on this YouTube space because I've met some of the most amazing people. Jamsey, oh man, and Jamsey, I don't know if you're ever gonna see this, bro. But when I saw you in Georgia, I was like, Jamsey been working out, dog. He got some muscle on him. And then I thought to myself, I was like, well, we kind of have to work out. You know what I'm saying? Because and you know, when we in public, we don't want people to be out here trying to play us. You know what I'm saying? We want you to have to think twice about trying to run up on us with some crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta keep ourselves together. Passive Income Croc says podcast. Yes, right, bro. I'm gonna be bringing it on to where you can if you got the podcast app on your Apple phone, I want you to be able to find BOJ podcast. Because we're going to bring it. We're going to have guests on there. We're going to talk about the raw. We're going to keep it real. We're going to talk about some of the things that we can't necessarily talk about here on the YouTube channel. And it'll be for those that are just, you know, fans of BOJ and want to keep hearing the news. But we have to create. I've got, and I'll just share this with you guys. I've got a problem. The problem is everywhere that I go, everything that I involve myself in, I tend to become an asset in that place. So I'm constantly being pulled left and right, up and down. Can you do this? Can you do that? That's mostly in the music space, right? In my area, right? They want me to be a part of everything. And that's a blessing. Don't get me wrong. I am blessed. I'm glad to have had this opportunity. And that's another thing that I got from my father. So shout out to my dad. He paved the way for me in that. But the other side of that is, man, I don't got nearly as much time as I used to. Nearly as much. I got rehearsals every day almost. It's ridiculous. And then the weekends is when it's showtime. So, you know, it is what it is, but it's definitely been a learning experience for me, especially when, quite frankly, I don't have to necessarily do these gigs anymore. I used to do them, you know, because I needed an opportunity to make some money, y'all. Let's be real. We was in the pandemic, man. I had to grind. We had to get to it. So Evan Emerson says, who's another YouTuber you'd say recommend like yourself? Oh man, we've been listening to them all day long. One of them is right up here in the comment section. Passive Income Croc, Tune in to TJ, Lambo Drew, the G Trader, RLG Trading, Jamsy's Adventures. I mean, the list goes on and on. There are so many YouTubers out here that I suggest you watching. I think Jackson Armstrong has a YouTube. Anthony Deloach. You got to follow Anthony Deloach's channel. There's so many. If you just look up a platform that you're interested in, you'll see a good amount of Crypto Muscle, the OG of the hype place. You know what I'm saying? He's one that when I first got started in my YouTube journey, I watched him every day because he brought content every day. He was very consistent and he was very unapologetic about what he was doing. These are plays. Yes, you can lose your shirt if you put in your shirt. And that's the way that's why I like receiving information. I like people keeping it real. So there's so many different YouTubers out there. There's new YouTubers. There's YouTube that has been here for a while. I mean, the Oracle. I used to watch the Oracle all the time. So just so many. Passive Income Croc says, I'm ready to tune in. Love what you're doing, man. Your growth is amazing. You want to talk about growth, bro? Check the stats. Bro, your growth has been one of people need to do case studies on it. People need to do case studies. As a matter of fact, I was asking y'all, like, bro, I need to start doing the live thing on TikTok. I need to start doing these shorts, man. I need to start, you know, you kind of inspired me seeing your shorts come up and do different stuff like that. And you've shared different stuff with me, man. Listen, you've got the blueprint to be way past me, bro. And you're willing to do the work that sometimes I ain't willing to do. So, you know, I love it. I love this. Even though the inner competitive side in me is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get to 22 before y'all, or Lambo, I'm gonna get to 22 before you. I'm so happy for all of y'all. I'm so excited about everyone that has decided to take that jump and be out here in this space. So anyone that has called himself following my lead, I'm proud of y'all. I am, because this is not easy to do. It's not easy to stay consistent, and it's not easy to take the blame. It's not easy to take the arrows, even when it's not your fault, not even close to your fault. Even when you regurgitate the same information every day to people and they still don't get it. It's not easy to deal with. All right. But for those of you that keep on going, hey, power to you. What's another 1-2 BOJs that you suggest? What's another 1-2 BOJs you suggest? I don't know that I could. There ain't no 1 and 2 BO. There's one BOJ. I hope I'm understanding that right. Maybe you're saying, are there people out there that are kind of like me? You know, I'm me. Ain't no other BOJs out there but me. So that's all I can say. That's all I can say about that. I can write that fast. Can you post? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that's referring to. Passive Income Crowd says Jamsey is swole. Yeah, Jamsey swole. He ain't playing no games. He be eating them. He be eating them weights. Definitely appreciate it. Yes, we push each other. That's right. We push each other. That's what it's all about. You know, healthy competition is always good. You know what I'm saying? There are going to be places, and there are people out there that may not be having the success that I'm having in the crypto space, but man, they own real estate, they own businesses, they're out there doing their thing in other things. And I'm leaning on them. The credit game, I'm learning about business credit. I'm learning about personal credit, the importance of that, OPM, other people's money. And I don't mean the scam type of other people's money. I'm talking about the bank's money, right? Leveraging the bank to make business moves for yourself, putting yourself in position, putting your businesses in position. There's so many other people out there that are killing the game in that. And I found my little niche, but it's all about how we all grow as we continue to go forward. Fair enough. Evan says, fair enough. Can you post the names of channels you listed? I mean, write them down. Write them down. Go back and hit the replay. I'm probably not going to sit here and continue to list them all because we've been talking about them all day. But they know who they are. And my suggestion to you, Evan, is just type in a platform that you're interested in and look up the people that are talking about them. If you like what they're saying, then you found another person that you can, listen to. But I'll do it one more time for you, Evan, and I need you to pay attention, okay? All right? There's Anthony Deloach. There's Passive Income Crop. There's Jamsey's Adventures. There's Lambo Drew, TMT. There is the G Trader, all right? Ryan Lomax Glover. And many more. Jackson Armstrong. Sal Khan, didn't even mention Sal Khan and the Gifting Tribe. Shout out to the Gifting Tribe as well. The UIGI group, they don't necessarily have a YouTube, I believe, but there's a lot of people that are in UIGI, all right? So shout out to them as well. But there are many YouTubers out there. My suggestion is one, that you're not going to find another BOJ. This is the only BOJ you're going to find. And two, just look up a platform that you're interested in, look who else is talking about them, and then decide who you receive information well from. If you're into the hype space, Crypto Muscle is my recommendation, all right? He keeps it real 100% of the time. He don't care if one person's watching him or 50,000 people are watching him. He ain't out here using AI to trick people. He keeping it real. He telling it like it is, and that's the kind of stuff that I can appreciate. All right, that's the kind of stuff I get. When you keep it real, that's what I appreciate. All right, that's what I appreciate. We've been on here for 77 minutes, y'all. I'm so glad that I was able to spend some time with you guys. The comment section is starting to slow up a little bit, so I think some people are just kind of either listening to me talk about whatever I'm talking about, or they just run out of things to talk about. So I probably won't stay on past 1 p.m. That's probably another 15 minutes. I might shut down early. It might shut down now. I don't know. But I just want to take some time to tell you guys I appreciate all the people that take the time to watch me and bring me into your homes, your phones, your earwaves, your airwaves, wherever you're watching, listening from. I could not be here at this level without you guys. I had to pull a Snoop Dogg. I'm so grateful for me and what God placed in me to continue to stay as persistent and consistent as I can in this space. I'm glad that even in the hard times and the bad times, that I have found enough in myself to stay present and continue to give my honest opinion on the things that affect me in my journey in this space. I also want to thank my family. I want to thank my friends. I want to thank my enemies, because all of y'all give me juice in my back to keep going. I promise you do. And for those of you that are continuing your journeys in this space, in this very, very risky space, where if you put in your shirt, you can lose your shirt. If you put in your pants and your shoes, you can lose those twos. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you fall, right? I hope that I'm providing some value. I thank you guys for watching. I think we're going to go ahead and call it. Thank y'all for tuning in. We got 38 likes on this video. If you haven't liked the video, go ahead and like it on the way out. Thank you guys so much. Oh, yes. Oh, how can I forget Coach Rashid? Gotta shout out to Coach Rashid. That's my brother, man. That's my guy. And for those of you that are looking for other plays, gotta check out Coach Rashid. So, Evan, go and check out Coach Rashid as well. Next Level Coach Rashid. All right. Make sure you check him out. We're all in this space and we're working together. Niche Media says 25% is helping me recover lost funds. That's what it's all about. And let's be clear, all right? Let's be clear about that comment. We're not talking about recovering lost funds from different platforms, because there's going to be a lot of people that get caught up by these comments in the comment section that say, oh, this person or that person helped me recover lost funds. If you lost money in a platform that shut down, chances are that money is gone. That money is gone. Now, what Niche Media is talking about is the new money that she decided to put in something else, or he or she. I think it's a she, because niche sounds like a woman. But anyway, I could be wrong. What Niche Media is saying is they have started their road to recovery through another platform, and I'm glad to hear that. Invicta through Invicta_SCC says, thank you, good brother. Enjoy your weekend. I hope all of you guys enjoy your weekend. Spend some time with your family. Spend some time with your friends. I saw Drake say something on Instagram, just scrolling through my feed earlier. You can't do this without your friends and your family. You can't do this without people that love you. You can't do this without people that want well for you and want good things for you. And you for sure can't do this thing by yourself. I have no success by myself. I have a team behind me that loves me, supports me, cares about me, and makes sure that my mind is on the right things, and that I'm constantly trying to grow while giving myself grace, while giving myself time, and all of that stuff. And it's spelled Coach Rashid with an I, or it's RASHID. That is how it's spelled, all right? Thank you guys for tuning in today. I appreciate all of you guys, all the super chats, man. Thank you guys so much. Unlimited Freedom, thank you, my brother. Passive Income Croc, thank you, my brother. Looking forward to having all of you on the channel very soon over the next month or so. I know there's a lot of you guys, but I definitely want to pay homage to you guys for continuing to stay in this space and stay active in this space, while, you know, sharing with others, some other people that have had some success, that have shared in some failures, but have continued to learn and press and strive and continue to stay present. They didn't run. You know what I'm saying? We stay down. We ain't running. All right. So with that being said, put your 2FA on all the platforms that will allow you, and all your wallets, because crypto is indeed the wild, wild west, y'all. If you ain't strapped, you're bound to get hacked. All right. Ask me how I know. It's not very fun at all. If you like this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you want to be updated and notified about everything going on here at BOJ, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Please, sir, please, ma'am, don't get scammed by the WhatsApp man in the comment section. I will tell y'all every single day, there's going to be people that try to fish you in that comment section. I need y'all to stay diligent and vigilant, all right? If you think you're talking to somebody that's me on WhatsApp, it's probably not, okay? Just want to make sure that that's clear before I get off here for the few people that's still watching, okay? If you think you're talking to me, you better make sure. You better make sure. And if I ever ask you something about sending me some crypto or anything like that, just know that ain't me. I don't need your crypto. I don't need your money. I don't need that, all right? What I'm here is to share my journey. What I'm here to do is to share my journey, all right? And it seems to have had a positive effect on most of you guys, so I'm excited about that. And just to close it off, no new Novatech news. And if there is, I'll bring a video, so y'all don't have to keep asking me. If there's any more Novatech news that I feel is important, I will share it with the world. I ain't scared, all right? Not saying that the people that aren't talking about Novatech are scared, but I ain't. So it is what it is. I'll see y'all on the next one. Thank y'all for joining the live today. Much appreciated. And I will see y'all